I don't know if y'all into these kind of things, but I call myself a semi-conspiracy theorist. But there's always an underlying truth in every conspiracy. I ran across this event 201. We ran a massive viral pandemic stimulation. Here's what we learned about it. Last October, we ran a massive simulation on a viral disease outbreak. And I just, want to share this with y'all. Things that I be coming across in my timeline. Experts have long warned about the threat of a global pandemic. And the government and organizations have tried to plan one. October, we ran stimulation in New York.
These epidemic events are getting more and more disruptive to health and to economy. And the reason we called it Event 201 is we knew eventually one of these days, one of those events would be the big one. And that big one would really challenge our capacity to respond. And to respond to the big one, we do need to have all hands on deck.
Invented a disease. Look at this. News reports predicted the effect of an outbreak, with the public encouraged to join via
participants are confronted by a hypothetical scenario that presents to them the challenge.
They're using people as lab rats, man. Before they give us the COVID-19, they ran a whole stimulation, is what y'all telling me? Come on.
Challenges of a response. So we will say, here's a hypothetical disease outbreak. This is the way it might be evolving. And these are some of the challenges that you'll see that you'll have to address to address the disruptions that you're seeing to your healthcare system or to your organization.
As leaders from business, governments, healthcare came together to respond in real time to the hypothetical situation, the issues, decisions, and consequences were analyzed, and the results were revealing.
All stakeholders realized pretty quickly just how underprepared we are and just how much is possible when we work together. And that the individual actions of any government or company won't add up to a proper global response. I think if we're honest with ourselves, collectively, the international community has never done enough to respond to global health security challenges. That we knew before COVID that the world was underprepared for biological risk.
Participants agreed on reforms on a wide range of impact on people's lives and the role for business to protect jobs, health, and economic.
When we walked into the room in New York, if you would have asked, do you think the world is prepared for a pandemic? I think everyone around that table would have said no. But it's when they walked out, I think it's when we really knew that if we are going to get ready, we need to have operationalized and integrated public-private cooperation that we haven't seen before.
That's the key to everything. They ran us around the whole corner to tell us that, hey, we need privatized businesses that we can just stimulate the economy with, get them to become even more big and own more of the world, and then they have to bow down to us. That's what he basically said, but he said it's so elegant and graceful. But
everyone around that table would have said no. But it's when they walked out.
It's when they walked out.
I think it's when we really knew that if we are going to get ready, we need to have.
And who are the people they was doing the stimulation with? The world leaders, the people who can actually stimulate the economy, who has the money to do that. And when they walked out, if we are going to get ready, we need to. Come on, man. Look how they putting this together.
Operationalized and integrated public-private cooperation that we haven't seen before.
Now that the response is being tested in real life, the WHO has labeled coronavirus a pandemic. All stakeholders are mobilizing to protect the lives and livelihoods and threats and treat those threats. we have launched COVID-19 action plan for the pandemic. Galvanize the global businesses communities for a collective action to protect livelihoods, facilitate business continuity, and mobilize corporations and support the COVID-19. This could be looked at two different ways. They was just running a real stimulation to be prepared for a pandemic, and then coincidentally COVID-19 hit right after that, or they are privatizing businesses, and these corporations came together and said, hey, you can make this is going to sell, they're going to only need this, your corporation is going to be the one and then we're going to take this, like, all y'all cross-pollinating y'all businesses through the pandemic. That's the two different ways you can look at it. But myself, I don't care. As long as I have enough to take care of my family, I'm fine. I try not to get too deep into it, but I'm always in some kind of awareness towards these wild things the system and the governments come together and do.